Ever put your toothpaste in the freezer for an extra cool kick? Sounds weird, but not as weird as the fact that toothpaste once contained radioactive material. And that's just the beginning. Bananas can be turned into plastic, and, well, if you want to know more, just keep watching. Number 10. Bananas aren't just for eating. They may also hold the key to biodegradable plastic. Traditional plastic is made from petroleum and can take hundreds of years to decompose, creating massive pollution problems. Scientists have discovered that banana peels contain high levels of cellulose, which can be extracted and transformed into a flexible, eco-friendly plastic alternative. In 2013, a young Brazilian scientist named Elif Bilgin won a science competition for developing a method to turn banana peels into durable plastic. Unlike conventional plastic, banana-based materials break down naturally and don't release harmful toxins. Some researchers believe that in the future, items like grocery bags, food containers, and even phone cases could be made from banana-derived plastic. This discovery proves that sometimes nature has the best solutions to modern problems. Number 9. The microwave oven is a kitchen essential, but its invention was completely unintentional. In 1945, an engineer named Percy Spencer was working on radar technology for the company Raytheon when he noticed something strange. A chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Curious, he placed popcorn kernels near a magnetron, a device that generates microwaves, and they popped instantly. Realizing microwaves could rapidly heat food, Spencer built the first microwave oven, which was as large as a refrigerator and extremely expensive. Over time, the technology was refined, and microwaves became smaller, more affordable, and widely available. Today, nearly every kitchen has one, all thanks to a randomly melted chocolate bar. What started as a scientific accident became one of the most popular cooking appliances in the world. Number 8. Bubble wrap is great for protecting fragile items, and even more fun to pop, but it was originally invented as wallpaper. In 1957, engineers Alfred Fielding and Marc Chavanes tried to create a new type of textured wallpaper by sealing two sheets of plastic together with air bubbles trapped inside. The idea flopped because people didn't want bubbly plastic walls in their homes. Instead of giving up, they looked for alternative uses and found that their invention was perfect for protecting delicate items during shipping. In 1960, IBM used bubble wrap to protect computers during transportation, and soon after, it became the go-to packaging material worldwide. While it never became home decor, it found a much better purpose, saving fragile items and providing endless popping satisfaction. Number 7. Velcro is a simple but brilliant invention, and it all started with a dog covered in burrs. In 1941, Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral went for a walk in the woods with his dog and noticed that burrs stuck firmly to its fur. Curious, he examined them under a microscope and saw that the burrs had tiny hooks that latched onto fabric and hair. Inspired by this natural design, he created a fastening system using tiny hooks and loops, which he named Velcro, which is a combination of velvet and crochet. At first, people dismissed it, but when NASA started using Velcro in spacesuits and equipment, it became a game changer. Today, Velcro is used in everything from shoes to medical equipment, all thanks to an annoying burr and a curious inventor. Sometimes the best ideas really do come from nature. Number 6. Refrigerators are essential for keeping food fresh, but early models were incredibly dangerous. In the 1920s, refrigerators used toxic gases like ammonia, methyl chloride, and sulfur dioxide as coolants. If these gases leaked, they could cause blindness, respiratory problems, or even death. Several fatal incidents led to a public outcry, and people became afraid to have refrigerators in their homes. This crisis pushed scientists to develop Freon, a much safer alternative in the 1930s. While Freon was a huge improvement, it was later discovered to be harmful to the ozone layer, leading to another phase of refrigerator innovation.
All your food, fresh and frozen, canned, bottled, and wrapped, It tilts down to show you your supply at a glance. And it also lifts out, so you can take it over to the sink when there's a fresh supply to be washed and put away.
Modern refrigerators now use eco-friendly coolants, but it's shocking to think that something so essential today was once a household hazard. Number 5. Toothpaste is an essential part of daily hygiene. But in the early 20th century, some brands contained radioactive elements like radium and thorium. At the time, radiation was mistakenly believed to have health benefits, and companies marketed these toothpastes as a way to strengthen gums and whiten teeth. One notorious brand claimed that its radioactive formula would energize your mouth. In reality, prolonged exposure to radioactive chemicals led to serious health issues, including jaw necrosis and cancer. Some users suffered from rotting bones and weakened immune systems, all while believing they were improving their oral health. Eventually, scientists realized the dangers of radiation exposure, and these products were banned from the market. Today, it's hard to imagine that people once brushed their teeth with poison, thinking it was good for them. Number 4. Your smartphone is probably the dirtiest thing you touch daily, and studies show it carries 10 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. Since we use our phones constantly, touching them after handling money, eating, and even in the bathroom, bacteria quickly build up. Unlike toilet seats, which are cleaned regularly, phones are rarely disinfected, making them a perfect breeding ground for germs. Researchers have found bacteria like E. coli, staphylococcus, and even fecal matter on many smartphones. This means every time you touch your phone and then your face, you're spreading bacteria that can cause skin breakouts or illness. The best way to prevent this is to regularly wipe your phone with disinfectant wipes or alcohol-based cleaners. Otherwise, you might be carrying around a germ factory in your pocket. Number 3. The ballpoint pen is an everyday writing tool, but its invention was inspired by something as simple as a puddle of water. In the 1930s, Hungarian journalist Laszlo Biro noticed that newspaper ink dried quickly and didn't smudge like fountain pen ink. After observing how rainwater rolled around puddles rather than spreading evenly, he had an idea. What if a rolling ball could control ink flow? He designed a pen with a tiny ball bearing at the tip, which allowed ink to flow smoothly and evenly without leaks. Unlike fountain pens, ballpoint pens dried instantly and didn't require constant refilling. Today, billions of ballpoint pens are sold each year, all thanks to a simple observation of how water moves. It's proof that the best inventions often come from paying attention to everyday things. Number 2. Credit cards are a modern convenience, but their early versions were far from the sleek plastic we use today. In the 1920s, department stores and gas stations issued paper charge cards that allowed loyal customers to buy now and pay later. However, these cards were store-specific, meaning they couldn't be used anywhere else. The first universal card was introduced in 1950 by Diners Club, and surprisingly, it was also made of paper. The idea was to let people pay for meals at different restaurants without carrying cash. Eventually, banks saw the potential and introduced plastic credit cards, making them more durable and widely accepted. Today, with digital wallets and contactless payments, we've come a long way from the days of flimsy paper credit cards. If you enjoy our content, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And now, number 1. Imagine having an alarm clock that only rings at one time and can't be adjusted. That's exactly how the first alarm clock worked. In 1787, an American inventor named Levi Hutchins built a mechanical alarm clock for himself. But it was permanently set to 4 a.m. because that's when he needed to wake up. The clock was completely useless for anyone with a different schedule, as it had no way to change the alarm time. It wasn't until 1847 that a French inventor designed an alarm clock that allowed users to set their own wake-up time. Even then, alarm clocks were expensive and unreliable, so many people still relied on human knocker-uppers, people who were hired to tap on windows with long sticks to wake up workers. Today, we take snooze buttons and customizable alarms for granted, but early risers had far fewer options. Wasn't that fascinating? If you'd like to keep watching, check out one of these videos.